So let's talk about what shifts in your behavior that would help you achieve your goal, which is being in this loving relationship. What type of man do you desire? What type of man do you believe you came from? And then what would that man be looking for in a woman? Is he looking for somebody just like him? Probably not. So if not, then what would you bring to him that he lacks, he doesn't have, because that's not a part of him, that would aid in you two being in a long-lasting and happy union?
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Romance and Real Estate, where we
help you level up in life, love, and money.
Man, welcome to another show, y'all. First and foremost, we appreciate all of you that have been supporting, watching, commenting, and just really digging in. We got a couple people that be bench watching us, y'all. You know what I mean? Sonoria Famous out here. She put us out there.
Yeah. We just trying to get on the boat. Yeah, no.
Cut it out. It's too cold right now. It's too cold. So,
yes.
What we talking about today?
So the first generation wealth builders page, y'all blowing up on IG. You know what I'm saying?
No, we have been, growing due to your star power, your star power and everything. So we want to thank you for just giving us that wisdom that we sprinkle the world with. Because they sharing it. So they were sharing it 40,000 times. So you outside, girl.
Look, the pandemic is over.
So in the comments, they have been wilding though.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
You said you want to talk about some of them. Let's talk about it.
Yes. I mean, for the most part, what other people say don't really impact me much. What they say don't make me poop. You know what I'm saying? However, I did notice that one of the comments was a worthwhile question. Now, I really wanted to have a conversation with the gentleman. Of course, I did not, but we can address it here. He was asking to the page, why are you posting this relationship stuff? This is supposed to be about first generational wealth building. And I was like, sir, if you don't understand the correlation between the two, and you out here in these streets and possibly in these sheets, I would beseech and share with you that the more you're gonna find out how it's connected real fast.
You said the more you fuck around,
the more you find out.
Gotcha. Right. You can reference that on social media. All right.
Because here's the thing. When we think of first generational wealth builders, you're the first generation that's doing it, right? You don't necessarily come from a family where you had a silver spoon in your mouth. And so you're learning things, you're expanding things, you're tapping into types of wealth that your family just didn't experience before.
Right.
This is all new to you. How many times do we see those athletes, for example, or those in just different high visibility industries that come into a whole lot of money real fast, and then we see it having to be divided because this marriage didn't last, this relationship didn't last, this woman just came to take you for all you had, this man was only with you for your money. It goes both ways. So it's because we're not giving so much attention to this area, we're out here working and grinding and we're making more money. We coming up, and then you can't put new wine into old wineskins. And so then you're trying to put your money away, and then somebody else is just coming and taking it because you're not being more careful about the decisions that you're making as it relates to your relationship. So I would say to him, sir, it definitely is connected. And I think your bag will grow faster if you actually apply these principles, and absolutely make sure you pre-qualify anybody before they get a name on your card account.
And let's be super clear. Relationships are very much so an investment in itself.
Yes.
So yes, we're talking about time. Yeah, we're talking about love. Yeah, we're talking about care, concern, but you do invest money in relationships.
Yes.
Some women don't think that they should. That's why
some women don't think they should invest
feel like
money.
It's a man's kind of way of, they should be courted.
Okay.
The
should, guys. Where's the water? I'm parked. So many shoulds going on.
Should. I was like,
my bad. But I'm just saying though.
Okay, but again, and this is great that we're having these types of conversations, right? We're having good conversations. We're talking about the things that aren't being talked about. Because even if a woman is on a high level thinking that way, okay, he needs to court me. But honey, every time you get ready to go out with him and you buy new shoes or you get new outfits, you get your hair done, you buy new makeup, you're investing money in how you show up with him so that you can impress him and get a return.
I have a question.
Here early.
Excuse me.
He's in here early.
Bring me in.
So I just wanted to clarify, because you said the women aren't, and I'm happily married now, so I don't.
Congratulations.
Right on. But so I see on Instagram and social media very often the different memes and posts that the women aren't even expecting for them, like the women aren't paying for their nails and their shoes and their clothes. They want the man who wants to take them out to pay for all of that, then pay for dinner, then pay for the travel and everyone else. So I'm saying, for the women who say that they don't want to invest money into the relationship, I want you to respond to that.
Okay. So, it sounds so elementary to me. You're right. And I've seen some of those posts. And even one of the ladies was like, well, it's just $150 to get my nails done. And I was just like, bless them, Lord, bless them. I mean, it's true. If you go get a full set and you do some gel X and stuff, I mean, you can get up to $150. You can. It's not necessarily something that most women would wear all the time.
Right.
Usually that's like a special occasion thing. But okay, sis, run up the bag if that's what you're going to do. But for a woman that is looking for someone to bankroll everything, right, is what I'm interpreting, before they're even in any sort of serious commitment, marriage, or just monogamous relationship, she's in it for what she can get while she's present. And that's a very common perspective earlier in life, I would say.
Yes.
Like, late teens, early 20s. It's all about what you can get for as long as you can keep his attention, because at that point in life, it's just about quick experiences and you don't yet know how to sustain anything long term. So how am I going to wait until we're in a monogamous relationship when me and the dudes don't ever get there? I'm only with him for 3-4 dates and that's it. So I got to get you while I can. And it's not anything that I would encourage, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like I'm ignorant to what's going on in the streets.
Right.
Like I know what's going on. And so that's why we say to the men, you also need to pre-qualify these women. Like, where is she? Where is she mentally? Where is she intellectually? Why is she interested in you? What does she want from you? What happens if you don't pay for it? Then what? Because sometimes fellas fall victim to being with women who are simply available.
That's it. And cute.
And got a big booty. I know, right? But because so many women who are getting their own money come across as unavailable, busy, focused, doing their own thing. But that would have been the woman who wouldn't have minded investing her own money to go on this date with you. But you want to go with the one who her calendar is absolutely free. But because her calendar is absolutely free, her experience is going to need to be absolutely free too. And you got to fund everything. So it's about being clear about who it is you're even going on dates with. We say all the time is the only thing that can't be returned to you. So sometimes we minimize dates. Like, well, just throw a stack on that. It was just a date. That's your time.
Yes.
A stack? Boy, you talking about future. I ain't even talking about us.
I'm just saying, like taking a trip.
I get it. No,
fly me out to Tulum.
Well, again.
Boy, they want Spirit on that one.
I want to.
Spirit? Oh, no.
Did she make it? Listen, that is a great company that.
Shout out to Spirit if you want to, sponsor this, let us know.
But we have to go back to my initial statement is when you are looking to be in a relationship, or people who want to be in relationships, they do invest. Or if you are in a relationship, you invest. That's not seeming to be the goal for the young ladies.
Right.
So it's like, oh, what you doing? Oh, we just having fun.
Yeah.
We just hanging out. We just gonna see what it's gonna be. There's no intentionality behind that. It's just whatever it turns into, whatever it doesn't turn into, it doesn't matter. I had a good time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I got me a bag.
Right.
It don't matter. Did you see them shoes?
Right. Because from investment, it's future return.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't have confidence that we have a future.
I'm going to just tell you that up front. I'm going to be like, yo, I'm just looking to have a good time.
Right. So get my nails done so we can have a good time.
I can't do that. You better come to the date with your
Listen.
Hey, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that part. But I have a question that is like, it's part of this, but it's going to take us to a different corner, right?
Exactly.
You talked about the two different women. The women that got a lot of time and that you're going to have to, if she got time, she's looking for free time. And so then you got the other woman that's busy, focused, career oriented.
Correct.
I see this debate all the time. I'm curious to understand your perspective. Men are intimidated by me. I'm like, bruh, no, nobody's intimidated.
No.
But the truth to me, my opinion is that you might be too much work for the bonds. That's why I do went this way. What's your take on that perspective when a chick says men are intimidated of me?
Well, first clarify that, Eric, what you just said. You said you might be too much work, meaning it takes too much work to have sex with you.
Nah, some men just don't want to deal with it does take longer to get to that point. And but some women are so high strong. Yeah, combative, high strong. That it's just like Shanoria said in a prior podcast, it shouldn't be like that if we have a common interest. You talked about submission though, under one being a team. I'm thinking I'm a little bit before that, right? Yeah. But like, hey, if it's just cool vibes, why I gotta be so tense? I'm just really trying to get to know you, understand your mind frame, understand like your goals, what kind of actions you got behind your goals.
Right.
I'm in that area when I'm speaking about this subject.
Yeah.
But a lot of women feel like men are intimidated by them. No.
If someone said that to me though, Eric, like if somebody was in before Boaz or Esther's Evolution said, men are intimidated by me, I'd be like, why? Because for you to use the word intimidated to describe yourself in any way, you must have some level of awareness of a behavior that you're displaying that would cause that reaction or that result or that response. So why? And then I would hush and I would listen. Because there's likely a seed somewhere in you that you're giving up. And when we do hear something like this, it's, well, because I make so much, or I know I have a strong way of speaking, or because I don't deal with bullshit, I require him to say what he means and mean what he say. And so then we get down to it, and it's like, is it that he's intimidated by you, or is it that he doesn't enjoy your company?
Woo! Now that's a different cup of tea.
I mean, that's the facts, right? Because, and if we're talking about men, right? Men that have gone through some things, come to a certain level of life, why would he ever be intimidated by a woman?
And that's how I feel. Like, that ain't even like, I don't even speak like that.
Well, what I gathered was there is something a little bit overly masculine that you are giving because a man is not going to be intimidated by the femininity of a woman. He's going to be intrigued. He's going to be attracted.
Right.
Like, but if you think, and possibly he might be, there may be some display of some masculinity that is not rubbing him the right way when he's looking for a woman that he wants to lay next to and hold. And I can't do that with you.
Right.
Like you're
something soft.
Like
my nigga, you too tough.
Like I'm talking about relax your neck muscles.
Right. I told you, my husband used to say, put your dick away.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was he hasn't said that in a long time, but he used to say that.
That's the name of this podcast. Put your dick away.
That's what he used to say. Look, we're not coming against any sexual orientation, transgender, anything like that. He just asked two women to do that. And but there is another alternative. And that is if by chance that man were intimidated, right? Or was. Let's be grammatically correct up in here. If by chance that man was intimidated, then maybe he's simply not on your level for whatever reason. Sometimes we think because of age that no, we have different journeys. We're in different spaces. Maybe you're much more informed on the topic than he is. And he like, I ain't ready for that yet. And that's fine. But why are you spending extra time concerning yourself with the person who is not interested in you? Because whether it's I'm just not interested or I'm intimidated or whatever the case may be, I'm just not that interested in you. I don't wish to go forward. So let's move on unless there's something in you that you know that you are doing that's not in alignment with what you are saying. And deep down, you know there's some shifts that need to happen.
So let me pause. I don't think a man has ever said I'm intimidated. I feel like women repeat that. In the sense of women say men are intimidated by me. And I think that I agree with both of you to each extent of what you're saying. But more so, it's more what Erick is saying. And I feel like...
What, they hard?
Like, when put your dick, the little dick you think you got, put it away. And just being real. And it's just like, it just doesn't... I've come across it, but I never looked at it like intimidated. And I just be like, what's wrong? But
right.
Like, I mean, that's just me being a butthead to address that you ain't even got to come with that.
Right.
And so then it lights it up. Yeah. And my bad, long day. Yeah. No, it's not a long day. You just turn it off for this temporary moment because I addressed it up top. And I ain't fold to it. I'm just being honest. That's just how I communicate and being me though, right?
Very clear. It was very clear.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean?
The edges fell off with that one.
Dead.
So you mean to tell me that you'll get your hair done, your nails done, and your makeup done, but then you won't do anything to help you?
Girl, that math ain't mathing.
No. So when is it going to be the time that we stop working on the outer things and start figuring out the inner things?
Girl, I think the time is now. And so for you, I'd encourage you to strut over, slide over, get on through, getandstaymarried.com. Because what we have for you is not just this great conversation like we're having today.
Yes.
But it's an entire community to help you know and love yourself, but focus on what we put in and what we put on. So all our clients have a personal stylist, a year with a finance coach, a flexibility coach, a sex educator, because there's a lot of people having sex,
but they not good at it.
Oh, don't let that be you. So go ahead, sis, slide on through, getandstaymarried.com. But for now, back to the show.
So, I just wanted to know, like, how y'all went at people like that, because I hear that all the time. And again, it wasn't in our main subject, but it is something that is like right around the corner. It's in the subdivision. How y'all?
It's in the subdivision. It can be a part of it. It don't have to be under. Yeah. But here's the thing. I still want to go back to, but why? Why are you entertaining men, dating a man, trying to convince a man to address you differently if you feel like you have to be combative with him? If you feel like you have to show up in such a space that he would be intimidated, why are you there?
I don't know that. I'm going to say this. A lot of people, most of us don't have a high degree of self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the women that are speaking on this don't regurgitate that to themselves. Right. They point the finger. They don't look back.
Right. Yet I would say, as a woman who could easily fall into the category of not being available, but having her own business and all that going, right? We know when we're coming on strong. We know when we are not allowing the softer side of us to come through. And usually it's a defense mechanism. We're trying to protect ourselves. We fear something or we're uncomfortable with something. So we're leading with what has gotten us success in another area of life. So what works in the office, we're going to put here because I'm killing it in the office. I got the corner boardroom office. So I'm going to come over here with you. I really want this to work. But because I have the muscle memory of suiting up this way and showing up this way, and that's what gets me results, I'm going to bring that to you. And it takes a man. And if he's emotionally intelligent, he'll pick up on that real quick, as you said. And you can either kind of like extinguish the situation and try to lightheartedly alert her to it, or you exit and you do her a favor and let her know, this isn't working for me and here's why.
You dig too hard.
And she might understand what that means.
And what what I could foresee, I'm not about to even.
Right? And you don't lose your thought.
I'm just saying.
I'm like, you I'm just like, when you said the little when you do have, I'm like, okay, don't picture it, Erica. Don't picture a small penis.
So she got over here thinking about little dicks. That was you.
I apologize. That's not what we trying to do.
Lord.
That's childish. You want to go snort now?
Okay. Thank you, Lord.
Bring him into your vision.
Yes, we need him
always,
here. We need him present.
He's here all the time.
We need him present. What I could foresee being a thing that a woman will tell herself when she is faced with a man that decides that he wants to do something different. You know how you clearly will say, oh, I addressed it, so you put it away. Either one, he doesn't care to address it because the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Or two, maybe I don't know how to address it in a way that I won't offend you. And I'm not even trying to do that. So I'm just going to bow out and go. And so then when you turn, whatever reasoning you have, as a man, if you turn and you don't address it, you're intimidated by me.
Right. Agreed.
And my standards are too high for you. You didn't meet my standards.
That's what they say. To throw a rug over the fucking stain. I'ma just be 100.
Yeah.
My standards was too high.
And that's when they come to us and we say, but satisfy your own standards.
Nice. That's what I need to hear. That's what they need. You listening, bro? Okay, got you. All right, so digging in a little bit more into this space.
Yeah.
What is the typical response that you get when you give them this dialect?
Oh, it's gonna be a long session. What? Like it's
no, we can't. But,
no. I'm saying when we're in session.
Right.
We would.
Oh, you saying it's gonna be done?
Yeah, we gonna have to do this in the first like 10, 15 minutes
because we got some cameras gonna go off.
Yeah.
We gonna. I mean, like. You
gonna go from your camera to the name?
Yeah. No, I promise. Like literally, as soon as we say, "Hey, tell me why you think this. Tell me why you do this. Tell me." Not about them, but about you. Because that's all we're focused on is you. They're going to turn the camera off because they don't want to hear that. Now, they'll circle back around and be like, you know what? I thought about it. And they will because it is a safe space. And whether you agree with me in the moment or not, you heard it. And once you hear it, you can never not.
Yeah.
Can't undo it.
You can never not unhear it.
And we're not there to be their friend, right? We do end up being close friends with many of our clients once they complete it. But in the journey, I'm here to agitate. I'm here to help you learn what you're not able to do on your own. If you knew the answers and you could fix your problem, knowing what you know and doing what you do, you would have fixed it already. You didn't. That's why you're here. So this is how we're going to get some results. So I have to help you. We said before, you can't see the color of your own eyes without a mirror. So we're the mirror. Hello. If you want something so much, meaning you want to be in a relationship, yet you keep getting this result, many times people are telling you feedback, but you're saying that's not what it is. How long is it going to take for you to give credence to what is being freely shared with you to realize, you know what? The common denominator here has been me. But I don't trust these men necessarily because maybe they did want something from me, right? So maybe I don't trust them fully to then shift my behavior. But when you get into the safe space that we have, we're not going to gain anything from you. Like we don't want the buns, trust me. So let's talk about what shifts in your behavior that would help you achieve your goal, which is being in this loving relationship. What type of man do you desire? What type of man do you believe you came from? And then what would that man be looking for in a woman? Is he looking for somebody just like him? Probably not. So if not, then what would you bring to him that he lacks, he doesn't have, because that's not a part of him that would aid in you two being in a long-lasting and happy union? That's the conversation we have. Sometimes these ladies are bringing the same thing that the fella is bringing.
That
right? And that's on the money conversation, right? Well, I earned this much. He
don't care about that.
That's not why he's with you. I assure you. And if he is, and you the sugar mama, then that still is not the place where I would encourage
all right
you to be.
with me.
Listen,
I bet. We bet.
Yeah.
I need, right?
And so, but I want to speak to the
That's it,
dynamic.
Balenciaga.
I really want to speak to this dynamic, though. There's been a time, decades, generations where women had to fend for themselves. So there's a reason women have evolved to this level of having their own careers, buying their own. Kiana was just talking about that, how down in Atlanta with luxury real estate, she's getting more and more single women buying homes, right? Yeah. More and more single women are not waiting, they're doing it because time has taught them, life has taught them that if I want it, I need to go get it myself, right? So there's a reason. However, if we do want to mend and come back to a space where we are building families together, we're building wealth together, we're buying homes together, we're creating futures together, we have to then be realistic about what each person brings to this equation. And often what is missing is that nurturing femininity of the woman. Because the woman shut some of that off so that she could work two jobs, so that she could take care of the kids, so that she could make sure that they stayed out of jail or make sure that they didn't bring home babies too soon. So she turned off her extra exfoliation hours. She turned off getting her hair and nails done every 2 weeks. She turned off the time that she would need to invest to be with a man, date a man, and see if that's the man for her because she's giving it all to the household and the kids. So now you have the results, the offspring, the consequences of all of that in these very high-powered women who are now looking for men and want to be found by men who are strong and who have same level of income or better and who are highly emotional intelligent. And so the requirements are there. But what it took to survive in one season is not what it takes to survive in another season. And what these ladies are not accepting is that this works well over here. This got you here, but what got you here won't get you there.
And I say this all the time, and anybody got to agree with me, but a strong, independent woman is a trauma response. If everything you do is, but I got to make sure I could do it on my own. I don't want to depend on nobody for nothing. It's a trauma response for you being in positions and maybe your mother being in positions and then you seeing your grandmother struggle and your auntie struggle. And now you told yourself in your head, I'm not going to ever be in a position where I have to, where I have to depend on any man for anything. And then that, even though you became successful in whatever area of expertise that you decided to go into, now you're trying to figure out, why is there nobody next to me in my bed? Because I'm living in my trauma. And as long as I live in this trauma and I call it something else and I never agitate it and I never address it and I never confront it, I'm going to be by myself. Whether I have a penis laying next to me or not, I'm going to be by myself because it's not my penis.
And I'm going to say this, and then I promise I'm done. Words have power. So keep going around saying, I don't need no man, I don't need no man, I don't need no man. You won't have no man.
Well, with that segment of romance and real estate, you may need to continue. So they may need to contact you at...
Listen, you can catch me on Instagram at Shanoria, the confident one.
And also at the Marriage Makeover on Instagram.
Yo, so don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe, like, comment, man. Ladies, those who are stuck and need a little bit of change in your life, you might need to like soften it up because a hard head make a soft ass.
Yes, it does.
Make sure to contact them. Yes.
What tips you gonna give the ladies this week for real estate? So many single ladies out here.
Hold on. I got y'all. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and here's the tip of the week.
Ooh, right. I was like, give it to me.
If you rent and you live paycheck to paycheck, most people have the mindset that they can't afford to own real estate, which is a fair assessment.
Because where am I gonna get the down payment?
Where?
But the truth of the matter is that if you rent, you're paying somebody's principal on a mortgage.
That's right.
You're paying the interest on the mortgage. You're paying the taxes, CapEx, and so much more.
The PD payment.
To add somebody's making anywhere between $300 to $500 after you've paid that for them. So the truth is, you can afford ownership. You may not be able to currently come up with a down payment. Therefore, NACA.com is a place that they don't go by credit, but you do have to qualify in order to get this loan. But if you qualify, you don't have to put a down payment. You don't have to pay closing costs, and you get one of the lowest interest rates in the market. So if you're a renter and you feel like you cannot qualify to obtain a home, the truth is you're probably wrong. And the truth is you're currently paying for a mortgage right now. It's just not in your name. So I think that NACA.com could help a lot of people get ownership that didn't think they could get ownership. And that's the tip of the day.
Yes.
All right. So again, man, we see y'all next week. Tap in, man. Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Peace.